absolute megastar in the world of badminton. He's been world #1 since September 2008, shortly after he was beaten in the Beijing Olympic Games final. Lost out, of course, to the left-handed Chinese player Lin Dan.
And his opponent from China, Bao Chunlai.
Bao Chunlai of China. 4 times he's been a semi-finalist in these All-England Championships. 3 times a World Championship medalist. But so often fallen just shy of the major titles. The umpire just doing the toss of the coin. Players can decide whether they wish to serve, wish to receive, or choose ends where they start the match. So Chong Wei, the world #1, the #1 seed and the defending champion. Look at that win-loss record for the year. 14 wins to just 1 loss, and that translates into 2 titles. The Super Series finals, which was hung over from 2010, played very early January in 2011. Also won the Malaysian Open as well, and lost in the final in the first ever Premier Super Series event, the first ever $1 million prize money tournament in badminton, the Korean Open. That is a remarkable record for the Malaysian. He had a remarkable year last year, did Chong Wei. 10 finals from 12 individual tournaments, winning 9 of them. Really is absolutely extraordinary. His consistency in world terms, really, no other player comes close to matching that sort of record. Laverdais of France was his victim in the first round. 21-9, 21-11 in just 23 minutes. Looked very impressive. In fact, Chong Wei was saying afterwards that it wasn't really a test until today. He was very much looking forward to this match against Bao Chunlai. So the 28-year-old from Penang really has looked in super form, well, for well over a year. His opponent, Bao Chunlai, who's also 28 years of age, turned 28 last month. He's a tall man, 6'3", 191, born in Changsha in Hunan province. His world ranking up 1 place to number 13. His win-loss record this year, not very impressive for a man who's been in the semi-final of the All-England Championships 4 times, including last year. 12 months ago, he lost out to Targo in that semi-final. But his first-round opponent, Sonny Dwi Kunchoro, wonderful to see the Indonesian back from injury problems, but obviously not back to his best form. Beaten quite soundly by Bao Chunlai. Just 29 minutes for that. So these 2 players met each other 14 times previously. This is their 15th meeting. Chong Wei has won the last 2 encounters, including that last meeting in the quarter-final of the Japan Open last year. And my goodness, that was an easy victory. It's really quite interesting as well that Chong Wei won the first 6 meetings between these 2 men. So the 2 players, vastly experienced throughout the world of badminton. Dave Hinton, our umpire, Mark Allen, the service judge, both the court officials from England. I'm Jill Clark, sitting alongside Ian Wright. And Ian, what a way to start the All England coverage this year with such a lineup.
Yes, we've got some great matches today. It's going to be really interesting days badminton, I think. And this new Premier Series has really upped the ante. All the top players present again. We saw it in Korea, Jill. All the top players in the draws.
Ladies and gentlemen,
fantastic events.
On my right, Chong Wei, Malaysia. On my left, Bao Chunlai, China. Chong Wei to serve. Level play.
So the first of the round of last 16 matches underway. The defending champion, Chong Wei. Far side of the court, up against the left-hander, Bao Chunlai.
1-love.
And Bao Chunlai, 12 months ago, caused an absolute sensation, beating his teammate, the Olympic champion, Lin Dan, in the quarterfinal stage, ending Lin Dan's run of 6 consecutive finals here at the All England Championships.
Service over. 2-1.
Yeah, clever smash, the body smash from Bao Chunlai. Just wide of the mark.
3-1.
Now, Ian, there's two players on court as we look at the Malaysian coaches. Rashid Sadek and Tesu Bok. And Ian, I'm going to ask you about the Malaysian coaches, because nearest to us there, Rashid Sadek, who was beaten finalist in these All England Championships back in 1996, but no Misbah Sadek, his older brother, who really has been an inspirational force as far as Chong Wei's development in recent years is concerned. But I know that there's still negotiations going on between Misbah and the Badminton Association of Malaysia regarding his role as national coach.
Yes, from Chong Wei's point of view, it's probably the wrong Sidek in the chair for him today. Chong Wei still in the press in Malaysia on a daily basis, talking of Misbah and the influence that he's had on his career and how he wants to continue that relationship. But at the moment, it's a little bit of a stalemate between the Malaysian Badminton Association and Misbah. But I can tell you the press coverage is incredible. It's back page every day in all the Malaysian daily papers. It's a real national intrigue at the moment.
Well, I can understand the theory of going for that cross shot, but that wasn't even close.
No, it's been a tentative start to this game so far. It was interesting early on to see Bao Chunlai use the centre smash, and I think that's indicative of his state of mind at the moment. He's had quite a poor start to the year for a player of his stature and experience, and certainly in the last two Super Series he looked very low on confidence.
Yes, indeed, in the career he lost his teammate Du Pingyu. And for a man that's won 3 World Championship medals, a silver back in Madrid in 2006, 2 bronze medals in 2003 and 2007, it's not what you expect at the start of the season.
No, it's on top form. Bao Chunlai is a very explosive player, very attacking, and as we can see in the early stages of this game, he's playing a very safe style of play so far, giving himself good margins, not going for big shots. There we can see playing 1 metre into the court.
Well, went for the neck heel to Bao Chunlai, and simply didn't put enough pressure on his opponent. There it was. Really going almost in an upward direction. Easy for Chong Wei to deal with that. It's a run of 5 straight points from the world number 1, from 1-5 down to 6-5 in front. Just long of the back line. It's very interesting to me in the fact that we've got 2 players on court who've both been openly criticised in some quarters about their maybe lack of mental toughness. Bao Chunlai, of course, has had to live in the shadow. That's called good. And on the line,
8-5.
and Lin Dan, his teammate. Bao Chunlai, because of the criticism, yeah, what a good call by the line judge, has even gone to the extremes of writing on his hand prior to matches: calm, control, courage and fight. In an attempt to overcome those mental frailties, perhaps. I mean, he was known as a man that always did so well in international competition, but never really translated it regularly into tournament titles. I can remember after his first tournament victory, which was the Danish Open back in 2001, he then reached, until 2009, 18 finals. 18 finals and only won 3 of them. That's not really a good record on the big pressure matches. Well, this is extraordinary. A run of 10 straight points to go to the mid-game interval with a 6-point advantage. Yeah, from 1-5 down to 11-5 up at the interval.
Yes, you're saying, Joe, but I think Bao Chunlai at the moment, it's a different type of problem he's encountering this year so far. I think he's had a real crisis of confidence. He's a player who likes to attack, he likes to get early on the net and create time to use his overhead power and angles because he's a tall guy. But at the moment he's playing very, very tentative and really is suffering from a loss of form and a loss of confidence, which is different to the problem of the pressure that finals present. It's a different sort of problem, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. I agree with that. Also, neither player helped by the fact that there was a misunderstanding in the order of play for today's matches. Both these players initially thought until this morning, that they would be the 5th match on court. And so perhaps maybe both of them sort of woke up and then rushing down here to get ready, having had their breakfast and so on, having thought they'd have plenty of time, and it just disturbs maybe the concentration a little bit.
Yes, it doesn't help, and in my previous role as a team leader I wouldn't have been very happy with that situation, I have to say. Players, you know, they will have eaten last night at an hour that was suitable for playing the 5th match today, because that's where they thought they were in the order of play, so it does break their rhythm, it breaks their preparation plans, and it's not ideal, particularly for Bao Chunlai, I would suggest, because he's already a little bit low on confidence.
Absolutely. Well, he finally ends that run of 11 straight points. Absolutely vital, I think, as far as the Chinese player is concerned. Got a little run of points now himself. Delightful next shot. Oh, yeah. Super angle. Sacrificing power for placement.
7-12.
Yeah, great angle from the rear court here, but it's taken the pace off, giving himself time to get into the net there and then creates the shorter lift and hits the big angle, but it still looks a little bit tentative to me. And again, he's given himself a metre to play with there. He's playing with very big margins, and that's not his natural style of play.
Service over. 13-7.
Forced to turn and play the high backhand. Always a sign that a player's in trouble.
Yeah, surprised by the clear, I think. As you say, turning and taking the backhand again, didn't look very confident with that.
Good disguise on the net shot from the left-hander though.
Service over. 8-14.
Yes, and here we see the strength of his game early on the net, and great touch. Great touch there, getting the net cord, forcing the mistake from Lee Chong Wei.
Well, Dave Hinton wanting to see the shuttle before it's changed. Both players having agreed that the shuttle should be changed. That time, better kill from the net from Bao Chunlai.
9-14.
Nod of approval from Xuan Zhe. Chinese coach, incidentally, winning the world title here in Birmingham back in 2003. That's a super smash.
Yeah, what a great final it was in 2003.
15-9.
I would say one of the best men's singles finals for World Championships.
Yes, against Wong Chun-Lan of Malaysia, I remember it well.
Versus Yang Tao and Jiang Ting, number 5 seed from China.
Just long, but I couldn't help but think as that rally was in progress.
10-15.
So much in control, dictating the pace of that.
Yes, Bao Chunlai tentative at the moment in this game, and as I say, would normally expect him to try and attack a little bit more against Lee Chong Wei to break the rhythm of the game. On one paced rallies as we're seeing at the moment, you'd have to say that that will suit Lee Chong Wei more than Bao Chunlai.
Well, I think a sign of the confidence of the Malaysian at the moment. Early on in that rally, he played a backhand and did a full pirouette before he walked back to the base position.
Thank you.
Yes, he looks well in control, he looks confident, as you would expect. He's on a good run of form this year. And as I say, if it's going to be long rallies with drops and clears and a big court-type rallies, then obviously Lee Chong Wei has a big advantage in terms of footwork and mobility.
Now, what was happening there, Ian? The umpire...
11-15.
Was he saying you've got to play on quicker, or was he saying you can't change the shuttle? Not terribly sure myself.
I think he was actually talking to Bao Chunlai about just checking he wasn't interfering with the shuttle. Bao Chunlai likes to straighten the feathers in between the points, and sometimes that can be seen by umpires as trying to affect the speed of the shuttle.
Oh, that's good. Well,
12-15.
3 times we've seen Lee Chong Wei very much in control of the rally, getting his opponent out of position and then missing with his final shot.
Chunlai.
Well, very strict umpiring here from Dave Hinton. Well, unfortunately, we can't hear what the umpire is saying because he's carefully switched off his microphone. as he spoke to the player. I think that he wasn't happy that he was toweling down, but the court was being mopped of the perspiration, and you would have thought that that was the ideal opportunity, just to have a quick towel down and prevent more drips of perspiration falling onto the court.
Yeah, I think it was a technicality.
12-15.
Bao Chunlai, when he saw the sweeper coming onto the court, went off to towel down, as you say, to get the excess sweat off. And the umpire just reminding him that for him to leave the field of play, he has to ask permission, which he hadn't done. But the players normally, when somebody comes on to sweep, they automatically leave the court. So
absolutely.
Yeah, a little bit strange.
Well, this is a good run from Bao Chunlai. 4 straight points. And only 2 points the deficit. Oh, that's an incredible backhand.
Service over.
Goodness, what great
16-13.
awareness. Virtually no backswing of the racket.
No, takes the shuttle really early here, doesn't let the shuttle go past him, cuts it off, but not only cuts it off, he's able to change the direction as well and take it across the court. Super technique. There's that centre smash again. He's had a little bit of success with that early on, and hasn't really stopped. He stopped using it really in the middle part of this game. So getting up early, bringing the shuttle down to the centre of the court. Just surprising Lee Chong Wei with that.
Oh, well, giving the left-hander some of his
Service
own
over.
medicine.
17.
Attack down the
14.
centre.
Yeah, and traditionally playing against Bao Chunlai, that centre attack is a good tactic normally against him. He's got great reach and he reads the straight attack very well. And a lot of players like to use that centre attack to give themselves the opportunity to move forward in the court.
Quite short. Yeah, got what it deserved. But it was the 2 or 3 shots prior to that winner that really set up the rally so well. Look at the pressure he's putting on his opponent.
Yes.
Yeah, we see Bao Chunlai, Lee Chong Wei moving forward in the court, hitting, moving, whereas on the other side of the court, a little bit more hesitant in his movement at the moment, Bao Chunlai.
249. It's just under 155 miles per hour. Oh, yes.
Yeah, a good example here of the steep attack of Bao Chunlai and the problems it can cause. Here reads the straight lift, brings the shuttle down very steeply, which means the shuttle has to come up, and that gives him time to get into that attacking position at the front of the court to finish the rally.
Yeah, he does use his height well. He's a tall man at 1.91 m, 6'3". Oh, that's a good serve. Very good serve.
16-18. Service over. 19-16.
Bao Chunlai will be disappointed with that shot. Worked the rally very well and created the opportunity to get early on the net, and we see he gets really, really early here, and that's one of his favourites, that forehand spinning net shot.
That's another
20,
error.
game point 16.
And that has gifted 4 game points to the defending champion. Yes.
Game.
Looking very impressive indeed, the world #1, Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia.
First game won by Lee Chong Wei, 21-16.
21-16 confirms the umpire. Good attacking play, but what's so impressive is his movement around the court, just absolutely gliding. And there, confirmation. 21-16 opening game to Lee Chong Wei. Well, there are statistics for the opening game. Lee Chong Wei very much in command by the look of that.
Yeah, more overhead winners, less unforced errors. And the short points that there have been have gone to Lee Chong Wei. He's much more alert in his movement off the mark after the serve and returns. Much quicker today than Bao Chunlai, who looks a little bit tentative.
Well, Lee Chong Wei, having started in slightly sluggish form in that opening game,
20 seconds.
then promptly won.
Ball 2, 20
11
seconds.
points to go 12-5 up, and from that moment on, he really did look in command. Although Bao Chunlai did make a valiant effort to sort of try and play himself back into the match in the latter stages of that.
Second game. Love all. Play.
It's nicely done. Ian, you were saying to us in the opening game that really Bao Chunlai was a little bit passive in his style of play. Do you think his coach has maybe said to him, come on, you've got to take more initiative?
I mean, if I was in the coach's chair for Bao Chunlai at the moment, I'd be wanting him to be a little bit more positive in his approach, trying up the tempo a little bit, try and get on the net when he can to get some control and to create some opportunities to use his big attack from the rear court. But he just looks out of sorts to me. The first game, he did come back into it a little bit in the second half, but I really think that was Lee Chong Wei just relaxing a little bit. He was well in control. Always looked as though he was going to take that first set after that big run of points.
Well, when Lee Chong Wei is in full flow, in command of the rallies, is an absolute joy to watch. Look at that athletic ability. Glides around the court, seems to know where the shuttle's going to come. He's almost moving before his opponent has hit it. Very, very complete player.
Service over. 1,
Yeah, you
2.
talked earlier, Jill, about the head-to-head record, and it's Lee Chong Wei who's had many more victories in this encounter. But in the early encounters, there were great clashes of style. You've got the stocky, compact Lee Chong Wei with great agility and very quick to change direction against the tall attacking player Bao Chunlai. And they really had some classic encounters in the early days. But as time's gone on, Lee Chong Wei has just gained in confidence and experience, and in the last couple of years he's tended to dominate these encounters.
1, 2.
I think Lee Chong Wei's also added a new dimension to his game, hasn't he? I mean, I always thought that he relied very heavily on his physical capabilities, his court movement, his stamina, fitness and speed of movement, whereas I think now he's got this ability to suddenly inject pace of shot, pace of movement, very sort of similar to the style of Lin Dan, the Olympic champion.
Yeah, as with many players, the change in the scoring system has led to a more dynamic game, and Lee Chong Wei had to respond to that change. The shorter, quicker with the rally point system, the shorter matches means that he had to do more explosive training and think a little bit more about his attacking options. And it's made him a much more complete player.
Yeah, I agree with that. Of course, the old scoring system, the best of 3 games to 15 points, and you could only score a point when you were serving, but this new scoring system. Best of 3 games to 21 points, a point every rally.
Service over.
Has been in operation
3-all.
since February 2006.
Yes.
Yeah, several times he's used that cross-court smash from deep in his forehand corner.
Yeah, Bao Chunlai, as you say, at 191, tall guy. It's difficult for him to get down quickly, and the change of direction hurts him. And that's why I'm surprised he's playing so much to the rear court. If Bao Chunlai's got a chance, it's to try and draw the game into the front court, where technically he's very, very good when he's early on the net.
Four, three, play.
Oh. Well, use of the body
5,
smash again,
3.
but it's called long of the back line. Well, Bao Chunlai didn't like the call. A little long, hard look towards his coach. Oof. Well, I can understand why he's disappointed in the call. Of course, we have the benefit of seeing that again. I personally would hate to be a line
6,
judge. They have to
3.
make such instant decisions.
Yeah, that shuttle comes quick, particularly Bao Chunlai. Took that short, hit it very, very hard down the centre of the court. Not only surprised Chong Wei, but obviously surprised the line judge as well.
Well, there's signs to me in that Bao Chunlai is
7,
trying to do
3.
exactly what you suggested. More attacking shots in that rally, or downward shots. But to no avail in the end, due to an unforced error.
Yeah, and as a player, when you are low on
4,
confidence, that's
7.
often, unfortunately, that's often the sort of thing that happens. He got a bad call there. Played a good point a couple of points ago, hit the winning smash, and it was called out. And when you are low on confidence, sometimes you feel the whole world's against you.
This calligraphy is one of his hobbies. There's Bao Chunlai. He's a big star in China. Bit of a pin-up boy. Lots of modelling for his photograph appearing in many fashion magazines. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good rally, but in the end really lost patience, did Bao Chunlai. Simple opportunity in the end for the world number 1.
Yes.
And I guess, Ian, this is a real problem for all of Chong Wei's opponents, because you think you're making inroads within the rally and then suddenly he will pounce on anything that's just shy of the perfect shot.
Yes, I mean, the type of rally that we're seeing at the moment heavily favour Chong Wei. Lots of change of direction, lots of movement, and really Bao Chunlai's got to concentrate on trying to make the court a little smaller, using the net a little more, bringing some shuttles into the centre of the court and try and reduce the mobility advantage that Chong Wei's got. Yeah, we just saw a good example of it there. He just played the return back into the middle of the court. Chong Wei looking to spring out, looking for an interception opportunity in there. Bao Chunlai playing into the middle of the court, and that stops Chong Wei. That makes him actually stop. He loses rhythm a little bit, and then the mistake follows.
Just wide.
6,
Got perfect
8.
sight of that sideline. And that was a good call by the line judge.
Play.
Yep. Great call.
Yeah, and again earlier in the rally, I think Bao Chunlai had a chance to use the smash.
9-6.
And again, just hesitated there, just played the push, and that let Chong Wei back in. And then it's Bao Chunlai that's reaching and stretching and having to get low in defence, and that's not his forte.
Incredible defence. Yeah, brilliantly turned the defensive play into attack, did Chong Wei.
10-6.
30 minutes of action, and he's still in control. .245, well, he's already hit one at 249. Yeah, it's good judgment.
Yeah, and again, great defence. That was a good attack from Bao Chunlai.
So to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage. Urging Chong Wei to keep pushing from side to side at the back, and the angles down the side of the court make the tall man, the left-hander, twist and turn in his defensive play, get down low.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Well, the body language there of interest, Ian. A bit of frustration in the voice of Bao Chunlai. Coach Charles Van Zer turning and just walking
11-6. Play.
Not a good sign for Chinese fans. That is just out of this world. What a brilliant rally from Chong Wei.
12-6.
Pushing and probing, moving his opponent to all four corners of the court.
Yeah, super touch to finish, but early on in that rally, 3 consecutive times he used the cross-court to keep Bao Chunlai guessing and moving around. Then he switched to twice straight, and he's just mixing the play up really, really well and keeping Bao Chunlai off balance, not giving him a chance to use his big attack.
Just wide. Well,
13-6.
so typical of Chong Wei. You think he's in trouble. How late did he take that backhand? He still managed to play a wonderfully accurate drop shot.
Play.
Yes, look at this. He's taken that about a foot off the ground. Plays a wonderful drop shot, and the frustration from Bao Chunlai all too obvious in making that unforced error. And that's wide too.
14-6.
Yeah.
He's losing belief, isn't he now, Ian?
He is, and Chong Wei's in full flow now. He's even happy now to take Bao Chunlai on at the net and mess around the net a little bit. where normally against Bao Chunlai he would try to stay away from those type of situations, but he's playing with a lot of confidence now in this match.
Service over. 7-14.
Chunlai means the announcement of the arrival of spring in Mandarin. Had a lovely spring day yesterday here in Birmingham. Blue skies, sunshine. It's short. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, that's called good, but I can't help but wonder why on earth didn't he put that away? He had such a short lift, he could have smashed it for the outright winner. And the rally got extended, seemingly for no good reason. Well, look at the way he's ready to pounce on this one. He's already moved forward.
Yeah, just a little example of the old Bao Chunlai there, being very, very aggressive and looking for that net position. But as you say, early on in the rally, that was an extraordinary decision not to smash from half court. And again, just a symptom of that lack of confidence, I think.
Nine, 14.
Perhaps wasn't expecting the flick serve. Chong Wei slightly late to react to that. There's definitely more aggression in the last couple of rallies from Bao Chunlai.
10-14.
Yeah, I mean, that's more the type of tactic I expected to see. Looking for the interception there, very quick onto the interception there, but we've not seen very much of it during this match. Maybe now he can sense the game going away from him. He's just relaxed a little bit and he's finding a little more rhythm.
Yeah, 4 straight points, the reward for that. 10-14 down, folk. Absolutely superb. Finds the line.
Service over. 15-10.
Yeah, this is just too good again. He's in great balance. He's moving back quickly, but his balance at point of impact is so good. Allows him to control it down the line.
250 kilometres an hour. That's 155 miles per hour. That's the fastest one of the match so far.
16-10.
Yeah, and again, Chong Wei showing how much control he's got in this match. Just sensed the danger. The 4 points for Bao Chunlai, the immediate response.
That's wide.
17-10.
Well, probably it's a problem for all of his opponents. Chong Wei, his court coverage and capabilities in retrieving the shuttle absolutely extraordinary, and therefore players know that they have to go for the perfect shot, go for the lines. In doing that, they often make errors. Oh, but that one was perfect.
Service over. 11-17.
But again, early on in that rally, there was an easy opportunity to attack at the net, and he didn't go for it, he just went for the block.
Well, he's played so many wonderful power smashes. Bao Chunlai deep in his defensive stance, waiting for the power play, and therefore so vulnerable to the drop shot.
And it's the combination and variety, Jill, isn't it? 2 points before, we saw the pinpoint accurate straight power smash. And there,
Service
Bao
over.
Chunlai anticipating
12,
that straight smash,
18.
worried about the previous point, and he's caught with the little cross angle there. Great variety.
Service over. 19-12.
Match won by Yonex South, R16 21-11, 21-12.
Service over. 13-19.
6-point advantage, 7 as it was at the time. You can afford an unforced error. But certainly, Lee Chong Wei won't be happy with that. Yeah, but you're absolutely right about the net play, the control of the net from Bao Chunlai. Good aggression from the defending champion.
Service over. 20.
And 6
match
points
14.
now for the world number 1. Really has been very much in control the whole match.
Service over. 15-20.
Still another 5 match point opportunities for the Malaysian.
Yeah, and we just haven't seen enough of that lovely control at the net. Sets up the opportunity, but just hasn't been able to impose that type of situation enough during this match.
That's gone wide. And victory to the defending champion, Lee Chong Wei of Malaysia. 21-16, 21-16, symmetry in the scoreline.
Match won by Lee Chong Wei. 21-16, 21-16. Thank you.
Knew early on that that was going to go wide of the sideline, and you can see the difference in height between the two men as they shook hands at the net. So safely through to the quarter-final. Number 1 with victory 21-16, 21-16 for the defending champion Lee Chong Wei in 42 minutes of play. So our match statistics for that men's singles.
Yeah, and the overhead winner says it all for me. Bao Chunlai, who would normally expect to be really aggressive overhead and hitting a lot of attacking shots when he's in full flow, totally dominated in that department. And you can see he had some control at the net. He won more points at the front of the court, but just couldn't convert it with the overhead, hadn't got the confidence to go for the big shots, go for the big winners overhead. And that sort of sums the match up, really. In the end, a routine win for Lee Chong Wei, I would say.
So safely through to the quarterfinals, where he will play the winner of Busak Ponsana against Lee Hyun-il of Korea.